What's it like when your dad is a literal starman and your mom is a supermodel icon? What happens when you're born from a love story so epic it feels like it was written in the stars? For most of her life, the world barely knew Alexandria Zara Jones, the daughter of David Bowie and Iman. She was a cherished secret, kept fiercely private by two of the most public people on the planet. She was the quiet center of their world, a miracle child raised far away from the camera flashes that defined her parents' lives, but kids don't stay kids forever. Lexi Jones is all grown up now, and the person she's become is truly something to see. And it's not just her striking looks, a perfect, almost unbelievable mix of her iconic parents, that will catch your breath. It's the story of how she has quietly and powerfully built an identity all her own, stepping out from behind one of the biggest shadows in cultural history. This is the story of what happened next. Picture this. It's 1990, and you're David Bowie. You're basically a living legend. You've been Ziggy Stardust and the Thin White Duke. You've sold over 100 million records and changed music and fashion forever. You have everything anyone could ever want: fame, money, and a legacy that's already set in stone. And yet, you're deeply lonely. You've conquered the world, but you haven't found your place in it. That was David Bowie before one single blind date in Los Angeles completely changed his life. The woman he was about to meet? Just as iconic, a force of nature who had zero interest in dating a rock star. Their meeting was unlikely, their love story became legendary, and the daughter they eventually had would inherit it all: the legacy, the beauty, the pressure, and the stardust. To really get Lexi Jones, you have to understand the incredible love story that brought her into the world. By the early 90s, David Bowie was at a turning point. He'd gone from a glam rock alien to a soulful singer to a pop superstar, but his personal life felt empty. His first marriage was long over, and fame had left him feeling isolated. By his own account, he was an incredibly lonely man just looking for an anchor. Enter Iman Abdul-Majid. If Bowie was the king of reinvention, Iman was the queen of effortless grace and power. The Somali-born supermodel had broken down barriers in the fashion industry, becoming a muse for designers like Yves Saint Laurent and Gianni Versace. But Iman was so much more than a model. She was a smart businesswoman with her own successful cosmetics company, a trailblazing brand for women of color. She was independent, grounded, and had one very firm rule: she would never, ever date a rock star. But fate, and a mutual friend, had other plans. Their hairdresser, Teddy Antolin, decided to play matchmaker and set them up on a blind date at a dinner party. The second Bowie saw her, he was floored. "My attraction to her was immediate and all-encompassing," he later said. "I couldn't sleep for the excitement of our first date. That she would be my wife, in my head, was a done deal." Iman took a little more convincing. She thought he was charming and funny, but it was what he did after their first date that won her over. The next day, she flew to Paris, and when she got to her hotel room, it was filled from floor to ceiling with her favorite flower, gardenias, sent by David. The grand romance had officially begun that he proposed during a boat trip on the River Seine in Paris, and they got married in a small private ceremony in Lausanne, Switzerland, on April 24, 1992. Their big celebration, though, was on June 6, 1992, in a stunning 16th-century church in Florence, Italy. Iman was in a Hervé Leger gown, Bowie was in a suit by Thierry Mugler, and the guest list included icons like Yoko Ono and Bono. Bowie even composed the music for the ceremony himself. This wasn't a performance, it was the most heartfelt song of his life. Their marriage wasn't a typical celebrity one. They built a private world for themselves in New York City, far from the red carpets. Iman grounded Bowie. She saw the man, not the rock star, and called him by his birth name, David Jones. He, in turn, absolutely adored her and often said his greatest achievement was marrying my wife. He had finally found his home. This was the world, and the love, that was waiting for a child. Getting pregnant wasn't easy for David and Iman. After years of trying, they had almost given up. But, in what Iman has called a miracle, she became pregnant. On August 15, 2000, their daughter, Alexandria Zara Jones, was born in a New York City hospital. Her name was a mix of their favorites. Bowie had always loved the name Alexander, and when Iman suggested Alexandria, after the ancient city, it just clicked. Her middle name, Zara, means shining or luminous in Arabic, a perfect fit for the light she brought them. Lexi, as they called her, became the center of their universe, having a child later in life. Bowie was 53 and Iman was 45, completely changed their priorities. They were determined to give their daughter the one thing they never really had, a normal, private childhood. They raised her in their Manhattan apartment, where she could walk to school and have playdates. The world-famous rock star became a hands-on dad who walked his daughter to school every day. He was no longer just David Bowie, he was Papa. Iman, in turn, put her career on pause to be a full-time mom. "We are very normal," she said in an interview. This privacy was non-negotiable. When the fashion world came knocking, Iman's answer was a firm no. She knew the industry inside and out and wanted to protect her daughter from that pressure. She told Lexi, "This can all wait. Have a life that is private while you can, because one day soon it is going to be public, so enjoy this." For 15 years, this protected world continued. Lexi grew into a teenager who shared a deep love for art with her father. But this carefully built world was shattered in 2016 when David Bowie passed away after a private battle with liver cancer. The world lost a music icon. But 15-year-old Lexi Jones lost her dad. The man who walked her to school and played piano with her was gone, and the protective shield her parents had built was broken by a grief that was both incredibly personal and painfully public. In the years after her father's death, Lexi Jones stayed out of the spotlight, grieving with her mother. The first real glimpses the world got of the young woman she was becoming came from social media. And with each rare photo Iman posted for Lexi's birthday, or that Lexi shared herself, people were stunned. The little girl was gone. In her place was a young woman with her mother's elegant bone structure and her father's soulful, mischievous eyes. Her style is all her own, sometimes edgy, sometimes bohemian, but always authentic. She has several tattoos, but the one that got the most attention is a beautiful crescent moon design honoring her father, with the words, Daddy XX 1947 to 2016. It's a permanent declaration of love, a sign that she carries his legacy with her, on her own skin. After high school, Lexi moved to Los Angeles. She's been bravely open about her struggles with mental health, a journey that was no doubt made harder by her grief. On her website, she wrote with raw honesty about how creating art has always been her coping mechanism, to get out of dark places that felt impossible to see my way out of. Her artwork, which she shares online, is bold, colorful, and surreal, a window into her complex inner world. Through it all, her bond with her mother has been her rock. They are a formidable team of two, navigating their shared loss together. Iman has often talked about how proud she is of her daughter's resilience and character. For years, people wondered what would become of David Bowie and Iman's daughter. The reality is more interesting than anyone could have guessed. We see a thoughtful, talented visual artist who has endured incredible loss and come out the other side with a clear sense of who she is. As Lexi Jones entered her early 20s, she was no longer just the daughter of legends, she was a creator with her own vision. And she decided to share that vision with the world. In May 2023, she launched a website showcasing her graffiti-like artworks. A few months later, she dropped her first clothing line with the slogan ALXX. The collection features hoodies and t-shirts with her unique, self-drawn figures. By modeling the pieces herself, she made a clear statement: she wasn't going to be a muse for someone else's brand, she was going to build her own. She had chosen her path, honoring her father's creativity but in a completely different way. But then, in early 2025, Lexi did something nobody saw coming. In April 2025, with no big announcement or press tour, an album quietly appeared on streaming platforms. It was called Xandri, and the artist was Lexi Jones. The secret album release sent a shockwave through the music world. It's a 12-track blend of pop, electronic, and indie rock, and she did it all herself, writing, producing, and performing every song, and even designing the cover art. The music is a revelation, with introspective lyrics about self-discovery and living in the shadow of a giant. Lexi knew the comparisons to her father were inevitable. Instead of avoiding it, she faced it head-on with a searingly honest poem she posted on Instagram, cheekily titled, David Bowie's Daughter. The poem was a powerful declaration of independence. It starts, I'm the daughter of a legend / but I'm more than just his name / they see the blood, they hear the sound / yet fail to see me, don't feel the same. She wrote about the weight of expectations and refusing to chase what's already been done. The poem ends with a simple, powerful statement, I'm not trying to fill his shoes. I'm just trying to find my own peace. With that album and that poem, Lexi Jones defined her own future. She's not a copy or a shadow. She's a multi-talented creator, a painter, a designer, a musician, and a poet. She has embraced her father's artistic spirit while insisting on her own rhythm, and acknowledged her legacy while refusing to be defined by it. Lexi Jones's story is a powerful reminder of what it means to forge your own path. From a quiet, private childhood to her emergence as a multi-talented artist, she has handled one of the most famous family names in the world with incredible grace and honesty. What part of her journey do you find most inspiring? Is it her visual art, her surprise music career, or her powerful words on finding her own identity? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love stories about incredible transformations, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more. The story of Lexi Jones is a remarkable testament to the power of being yourself. Born to a rock god and a supermodel, she could have easily been lost in their shadow. Instead, protected by a fierce and private love, she has blossomed into an impressive artist in her own right. She's a painter who uses her art to explore her inner world, an entrepreneur building her own brand, and a musician creating a sound that is all her own. She has faced unimaginable loss and immense pressure with a quiet strength that is truly inspiring. Try not to gasp when you see her now. It's impossible. You gasp not just at the stunning woman she's become, but at the power of a spirit that honors its incredible past while bravely writing its own future.